Welcome to Autocar India Quick News, your weekly dose of the latest automotive news from the country. As always, we would like to remind you to please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and press the bell icon to get notified of all our uploads. News for this week starts with the latest round of Global NCAP crash tests of 4 India market cars. Mahindra continued its streak of strong performance on the Global NCAP tests with the new Scorpio N rated a full 5 stars for adult occupant protection. What's commendable is that the rating is under Global NCAP's new test protocols that not only takes the results of the front offset crash test but also side impact, side pole impact, ESC and pedestrian protection scores for a 5-star rating. Interestingly, the last-gen Mahindra Scorpio was rated 0 stars when tested in 2016. Testers rated the protection offered by the Mahindra Scorpio N to the driver's and passenger's head and neck as good. However, protection for the driver's and passenger's chest was marginal. In the side impact tests with a deformable barrier, the Scorpio N showed good protection. The Mahindra SUV received an OK rating for the side pole impact tests. However, the chest region of the occupants was found to offer weak protection. NCAP also mentioned that the body shell and footwell area of the Scorpio N was stable and capable of withstanding further loadings. In child occupant protection, the Scorpio N was rated 3 stars. The 3-year-old and 18-month-old child seats were found to prevent excessive head movement in an impact. Global NCAP has also released the results for the Maruti Suzuki Swift, Ignis and S-Presso, and the news isn't good, as each of the models were rated just 1 star on adult occupant protection. The Swift was found to offer poor protection on the driver's feet and weak protection for the driver's chest in the frontal offset test. In the side impact test, driver chest protection was weak, while the head and pelvis protection was rated good. The Ignis was found to offer weak protection to the driver's chest in the frontal offset crash test. But the big concern was a poor protection to the driver's chest and a weak protection to the driver's head in a side impact. In the S-Presso's case, the poor protection to the driver's chest in the frontal offset crash test was a big point of concern. The body shells of all 3 cars were rated incapable of bearing further load. The trio were rated poorly on the child occupant protection, with the Swift rated 1 star and the Ignis in the S-Presso being rated 0 on this criteria. Global NCAP also noted that the manufacturer did not recommend a child restraint system in the case of the Ignis and the S-Presso. Land Rover has commenced deliveries for the new 3rd-generation Range Rover Sport earlier this week. Prices for the new Range Rover Sport were announced a few months ago. Here's a quick look at the prices. The new Range Rover Sport for India is on offer with 2 engine options: petrol and diesel 3-litre mild hybrid straight-6 units. The P400 petrol produces 400 horsepower and 550 Nm of torque, while the D350 diesel makes 350 horsepower and 700 Nm of torque. And both are mated to 8-speed torque converter automatic gearbox with 4-wheel drive and air suspension as standard. The latter enables ground clearance of up to 281 mm with up to 900 mm of water wading ability. We'll be driving the new Range in the coming days, but in the meantime you can watch Gavin's walk-around video to get yourselves familiar with the new Range Rover Sport. Maruti Suzuki has updated the Brezza compact SUV with new connectivity features. The top-spec ZXi Plus trim of the Brezza, that is equipped with a larger 9-inch SmartPlay Pro Plus infotainment system, will now get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This trim will also receive turn-by-turn navigation for the head-up display and MID. The updates could be installed either as an OTA through smartphones or can be downloaded from the website. This means that along with new buyers, even existing owners will receive the feature at no extra cost. Maruti Suzuki has unveiled a Wagon R prototype that runs on flex fuel in New Delhi as part of its ongoing evaluation of flex fuel technology for the Indian market. The Wagon R prototype has been designed to run on ethanol petrol blend between 20%, which is also known as E20, and 85% or E85. Vehicles that run on flex fuel need a few modifications over regular petrol engines to be able to handle the corrosive nature of ethanol and its lower calorific value. The Wagon R Flex Fuel prototype comes with new fuel system technologies like heated fuel rail for cold start assist and ethanol sensors for ethanol percentage detection. It also sees updates from the engine management system, fuel pump, fuel injector and other mechanical components to make the engine more durable. The engine will also be compliant with the more stringent BS6 Phase 2 emission norms that will come into force on April 1st of 2023. Maruti Suzuki claims that the Wagon R that runs on E85 fuel will help reduce tailpipe emissions by 79% in comparison to a conventional petrol Wagon R, while ensuring the same power and performance. Maruti aims to introduce its first flex fuel vehicle in the compact segment by 2025, with all Maruti Suzuki cars set to be E20 compliant by March of 2023. If you want to know more about flex fuel or what it's like driving on ethanol fuel, then you can watch Sergius's video on our channel. Link will be given below. Through a teaser, Citroen has confirmed that the upcoming all-electric C3 will be called EC3. The Citroen EC3 EV will most likely see its market launch in January of 2023. The EC3 will feature a 30.2 kWh battery pack and is expected to boast an official range upwards of 300 km. The model will have a 3.3 kW onboard AC charger and will also be capable of CCS2 fast charging. The EC3's front axle mounted electric motor is understood to produce 63 kilowatts or 86 horsepower and 143 Nm of peak torque. The EC3 will look almost identical to the petrol C3 inside and out. The only exterior difference will be the lack of a tailpipe and a new charging port located on the front fender. The interior, meanwhile, will likely see a revised center console with a new drive controller that will replace the manual gear lever. All other exterior body panels, interior and mechanicals will remain unchanged. Last week, we had reported that manufacturers such as Maruti Suzuki, Kia, Tata Motors, Audi and Mercedes-Benz have announced that they will be increasing the prices across their model ranges from January of 2023. Now, Renault, Citroen, Jeep, MG, Hyundai, Volkswagen and Honda have joined the list. These manufacturers have also cited increase in commodity prices as the major reason behind the price hike. Jeep announced a price hike of 2 to 4% for its entire SUV range. MG has announced a price hike of 90,000 rupees across its models, and Honda will hike prices by 30,000 rupees across all its model range. As of now, Renault, Hyundai and Volkswagen have not mentioned an exact figure for the price hike. BMW is gearing up to launch the next generation X1 in India. The launch will take place at BMW Joytown Festival that will be held in Bangalore on 28th and 29th of January of 2023. Bookings for the new X1 are open at dealer levels for a token amount of 50,000 rupees, which will rise to 2 lakh rupees once the bookings are officially open. BMW is set to launch 5 new models in January of 2023, so stay tuned to our channel to know more. The new X1 has been styled to look like a mini X5. It's got a more upright stance, which should give it more appeal. Slightly larger than the outgoing model, the X1 promises to be roomier too. The interior will also be significantly more upmarket than before, with features such as a curved display that consists of a 10.7-inch touchscreen and a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster. The cabin will also offer more space for the rear seat occupants and will boast a larger 500-liter boot. India will get the X1 with petrol and diesel engine options, and an all-wheel drive is also expected as an option. Further down the road, the all-electric iX1 will also go on sale. Stay tuned to Autocar India for the latest on the X1. You can watch our first look video of the X1 to get an idea of what to expect. Now, over to bike news. Ducati has launched the DesertX adventure bike in India for a price of 17.91 lakh rupees. This is the Italian manufacturer's first truly serious adventure bike in the modern era. The Ducati DesertX comes with a 21 and 18-inch Y-spoke wheel combo that has a 230mm and 220mm of suspension travel for the front and rear, and a ground clearance of 50mm. These are class-leading numbers. The DesertX stays true to its Ducati roots in the frame department, using a traditional terrestrial frame to hold everything together. The DesertX gets the familiar 937cc Testarossa engine that puts out 110 horsepower and 92 Nm of torque. In terms of features, there's a total of 6 riding modes on offer, including Enduro and Rally modes dedicated to off-road use. You also get 4 power modes and a Bosch IMU to assist the electronics in doing their job, irrespective of the bike's orientation. Everything is controlled via a slick-looking 5-inch TFT dash with optional Bluetooth connectivity. Other optional extras include a raft of aluminum luggage units, heated grips, fog lamps, and even an 8-liter auxiliary fuel tank. With the standard 21-liter fuel tank topped up, the DesertX tips the scale at 223 kilograms. Honda is offering an exciting year-end discount for its CB300 F motorcycle. Honda Big Wing dealership are now offering the CB300 F with 50,000 rupees off. At launch, the Honda CB300 F Deluxe was priced at 2.26 lakhs and the Deluxe Pro variant at 2.29 lakh rupees ex-showroom in Delhi. Now, with this discount, the price range of the CB300F has come down to 1.76 lakhs to 1.79 lakh rupees. This puts it on par with the Bajaj Dominar 250, which costs 1.75 lakh rupees, and undercuts the KTM 125 Duke that is priced at 1.78 lakh rupees. It is worth noting that the aforementioned offer is only valid till stocks last. And with that, we wrap up this week's quick news. Thank you for watching and see you all next week.